Hi, I'm David Balzer, Assistant Professor of Communications and Media here at CMU. So a COVID-related change happened in my intro class, COM 1000, and led to some very fascinating results, very positive outcomes that were somewhat unexpected. Here's the story. In the first year communications class, students typically will do an audio project where they interview a communications professional, on-air personalities, marketing managers, graphic designers, and the like. Well, given that this term students were studying in person while others had to study from home, fully online, including Albania, Ontario, and parts of Manitoba, everyone needed to work individually rather than in production teams. So, what to do? Well, I adapted the project and I added, you can interview a household member like a parent. And the interview question for this scenario was, why study communications? Well, when I named that prompt in the assignment, I added it with a bit of a smirk or a grin on my face. You can probably see why. After all, it's a bit conniving. I'm having a parent tell their first-year student why what they're studying is so relevant to life. I was kind of setting up the student to have their parent tell them what a great person they were for having chosen this area of study. You see the smirk in that, I hope. Well, what emerged was stunning. Because students did interview their parents, and they framed the interview question like this. How is understanding communications important to your job? So during a consultation via Zoom with a student, they said, I'm going to interview my dad about being an egg farmer. What's the angle? Well, we're going to unpack how he's managing communications with the local community in social media, because his face was on an egg farmer billboard and he's received some pretty serious backlash from some vegan community members. So now he's got to work on responding graciously to educate people about agricultural practices. Another student said, I'm interviewing my dad, he's a firefighter in Winnipeg's North End. What's the angle? Well, he said, my dad said that good communication is literally a matter of life and death at his workplace. Leading a crew in a fire, verbally and through radio transmission, literally has very real consequences. Amazing. So there's still a smirk on my face as far as this COVID assignment goes, but it's because of far more value and relational connection that emerged between a parent and a child, between a student and the world. Far more than I had dared to imagine. Oh, and one more thing. I've really upgraded my communication system at home so that students can easily reach me. Given all the distancing that we're doing, I wanted them to have a kind of hotline during class when I've needed to teach from home. So I installed one of these. Students have been able to reach me literally by just calling a number. No, seriously, like I literally pulled this off my office wall this morning so I could show it to you. And I gotta say, the vintage 1960s ringtone on this thing is awesome. So, if you come and study communications at CMU, don't worry, you'll be able to reach me.